Let's head west now, where we catch up with Chris Pike to talk all things NBL1 West action from the weekend. Welcome, Chris.
Yeah, hi Megan. Good to be with you. And big shoes from Greg to fill, but I'll do the best I can.
Look forward to it. Now, Sammy Whitcomb carved out her career playing State League in Western Australia. We know what's happened next. She's gone on to become a WNBL star, a WNBA champion, and a medalist with the Opals. And she made a return at the weekend to where it all started in WA.
Yeah, absolutely amazing on Thursday. Easter Thursday, always been one of the highlights of the season in the SBL or now the NBL1 Western. And what a way to get it going with Sammy Whitcomb making her return at the Willetton Tigers. She obviously first made her name with the Rockingham Flames with Ryan Petrick as the coach, but she's come back for a couple of weeks here to play before heading over to Seattle to get back into the WNBA season. And just remarkable the fact that she was able to hit the court with her wife, Kate Malpass. They both made their returns at the same time in the same game. They used to be rivals. They had some great battles before they were even together back in Rockingham and Willetton days, and now for them to play together on Thursday night in that big win for Willetton, it was a sight to behold, because Kate hasn't played a game since she retired in 2017. We can often forget, because of how amazing Sammy is, that she's a 5-time championship winner herself, a grand final MVP. But yeah, Sammy lit it up and showed how good she is. She's just coming off a near WNBL MVP season. She was in the all-first team with the Perth Lynx. She won the Perth Lynx MVP, and yeah, she lit it up for the Tigers on Thursday night, and quite a sight to behold. I'm not too sure we'll ever see too many married partners hit the court together at the same time, and yeah, it was quite the sight.
It was great to see. Both had fantastic careers in the West, as you've mentioned, although formerly as rivals, but great to see them both suiting up for the Tigers. Now, Tage Morrell and also Robbie Ryan are two names that we're going to see prominently throughout the season. Tell me a bit about what they got up to at the weekend.
Yeah, the Joondalup Wolves have made a statement. I think they would have been pretty stung by the way last season ended. They started the season on a 16-game winning streak, and they ended up being bundled out in the preliminary final, so they didn't even quite get to the grand final. Both Tage and Robbie Ryan have come back as their imports. We saw what Robbie Ryan could do in the WNBL at the Perth Lynx, and she worked her way into that season really well as a powerhouse point guard, and she's come back with the Wolves this season. And Tage Morrell has just been dominant inside. There's no one's got an answer for her in the league right now. She's clearly one of the best bigs in the country. I wouldn't be surprised if WNBL clubs aren't closely looking at her, because she's just such a strong presence. She's got a post game that you can't match with the moves. She's such a strong rebounder, so powerful, good size, and they're putting the Wolves on their backs right now. Really strong start to the season again for them, with a chip on their shoulder after the way last season ended, like I said. And Nashaya Parker-Williams back as well. She spent the season at the Townsville Fire, learning under Shannon Seabaum as a development player. She's come back ready to make a statement to show that she can become a regular WNBL player as well. So early on, but the Wolves looking like certainly the team to beat so far, I would have thought.
Well, Tage Morrell has won and done it all in Central. She's now taken her wares west, and we love the work that she's doing. Also loving the early work of the Eastern Suns, and they continue to rise.
Yeah, it's been a tough couple of years for them, but Tim Rangelik, the new second-year coach, he's done a tough in his first couple of years as a head coach, waiting for his time. But they've been the surprise package so far. They got Michaela Dyer on board, who's proven what she can do at a couple of clubs now already across the leagues. It's a tough place to go out and play out in the hills, and they've got some good weapons there as well. So it's exciting to see a team on the rise, and with such a scorer like Mac Dyer there, then they could do some good things this season.
On the rise, we've got all the puns for the Suns this season, and look forward to following their fortune. Let's move across to the men's action now, because it was a tale of two games for the weekend for the Perth Redbacks.
Yeah, the Redbacks they're the great Jekyll and Hyde team of this competition on the men's side. We never quite know what we're going to get from them. Brian Vocal is the one that I want to highlight. We saw that he could be a triple-double machine in his first stint in the league at the Southwest Slammers, and nothing's changed. I liken him to a Draymond Green type player for the Redbacks now coming back. He might not be a great shooter or scorer, but he knows how to score when he needs to. But boy, he's such a powerhouse, such a great rebounder, such a great playmaker. He could be the difference for the Redbacks to make a charge this season. And if you can go and win on the road against the Bucks, then you can pretty much do anything in this league right now.
Well, Greg Hyde talked about Mitch Clark last week, and he featured prominently in the game of the round between the Hawks and the Senators.
Yeah, he did. I don't think the Perry Lakes Hawks realised just how much they would miss their championship winning point guard until he was gone last season. He's come back to them this season after a stint over East, and he's made the world of difference for them. He's a two-time championship winning starting point guard, and those sort of players don't grow on trees. And he's learned a lot from his time in the NBL at the Perth Wildcats, and I think he harbours ambitions to get another NBL opportunity. So he's certainly doing those chances no harm the way he started this season. And the Perry Lakes Hawks, after a bit of a tough season last year where they probably just didn't quite have the talent to be the championship force that we're used to under Matt Parsons, they're right back in the mix this year. And not only Mitch Clark, but as their two veteran co-captains, Ben Purser, Rob Kassir, have been massive in their first two wins as well. And in that win against the Warwick Senators on Thursday night, the defensive play at the end where Caleb Davis had the chance for the Senators to get a three-point shot up to tie the scores up, Ben Purser's defensive play just showed why he's such a legend of this league, games record holder of the Hawks. And if you've got those three guys firing, then this Perry Lakes team is going to be around the mark once again.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's finish with what we are calling Wortho Watch. I think we'll be doing this most weeks on NBL1 West, but how did Mark Worthington go on the Easter long weekend?
His best game back this season. He was fantastic for the Willerton Tigers. They needed him to step up as well, so they didn't have Goldrock Gak, who has just signed at the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, but he wasn't there on Thursday night. And what a guy to be able to ask to play some more minutes and to take on a bit more of a role than Mark Worthington. So, yeah, I mean, he's had such an impact already just in terms of his presence, but now he's putting up numbers as well. 24 points for that win for Willerton. Yeah, they were terrific, and it was on the back of him. So, yeah, I mean, they've got such an impressive team. But if Wortho can actually put up some numbers like that on top of everything else he provides as a leader, as an on-court coach for Adam Nina, then, yeah, this Willerton team is going to be fascinating to watch. And I'd be amazed if Wortho Watch doesn't become a weekly segment.
I think we might have to get a graphic made up for that next week. Chris, thanks so much for joining us. Great wrap, and enjoy the action ahead this round.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thanks, Megan.